Miss Berube told us the snake reading. Good morning, Mason.
Good morning, Danielle.
Can we please have a moment of silence?
Can we please stand for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, I'm Mr. Hart. I'm here to read the summer birthdays. Allure Wilson, Zaid Abunadi, Zaki Abunadi, Alistair Callahan, Bianca de Assis, Emanuele de Oliveira, Charlie Godbout, Matthew Keister, Johnny Medeiros, Ravel Patel, Caleb Pereira, Melissa Perez, Addie Phillips, Damian Brown, Sophia Camacho, Eloisa Da Silva, Chloe de Betancourt, Jackson Gaffey, Nicole Mateus, John Roca, Colton Vokoda, Aaron Ward, Isabella Alves, Guto Arantes, Tyler Arietta, Alo Blake, Eloisa Borges, Samuel Cotton, Tyson Lynn, Cole Mattel, Gabby Barros, Alice De Arujo, Jacob O'Donnell, Abigail Roundtree, Adrian Carino Vogt, Aurora Christensen, Ava Laird, Elise Laird, Sydney Medeiros, Taylor Moore, Mackenzie Plesser Ramunda, Michaela Shaw, Peyton Sylvia, Kara Timmons, Isabella Travassos, Matthew Alves, Heitor Barbosa, Fernando Barros, Charlotte Kramer, Victor Da Silva, Susanna Dias, Rory Lackus, McKenna Mattel, Liam O'Donnell, Sarah Pio, Gabriella Preston, Avery Rydell, Alex Royal, Logan Schaefer, Jack Sherman, Audrey Atkins, Chandler Blau, Caroline Cotton, Sarah De Oliveira, Addison Frederick Barstow, Deanna Gentry, Nicholas Gomes, Nicole Haley, Jacob Light, Ava Mikos, Zach Moore, Felipe Silva, Alyssa Vieira, Rafaela Alves, Yuri De Maurice, Theo Dias, Landon Medeiros, Guilherme Oliveira, Milo Sullivan, Mickey Almeida, Izzy Blake, Elena Cacciati, Mariana Esteban, Matthew Fontaine, Allison Gatchell, Audrey Height, David Cresa, Robbie Pacheco, Teddy Pacheco, Tristan Pinelli, Zach Potter, Sawyer Schaefer, Henry Shank, Mason Warburton, and Savannah Way. Happy birthday to all.
2, 3.
Happy birthday to all of you! We wish you a birthday so we can party too!
Dear Miss Berube, my favorite memory with you in second grade was reading the fun Cinderella stories. I remember the penguin one and the dog one. Another memory I have was when it was near Christmas and it was PJ Day and I was sick, so I couldn't come to school. So you and the whole class sent me a video saying Merry Christmas, and I remember I was so thankful for that. I was so bummed that I couldn't come to school, but the video made me feel so much better. I'll always remember you, and thank you for being an awesome teacher. I will miss you, and I know everyone else will. Love, Peyton.
Dear Miss Berube, I remember you helping me through things I could not have gotten through without you. I made the puppet with you, and it proved to be magic. The ABC book was awesome. I enjoyed our visit to Felix Neck. The playdate was awesome, and it helped me learn to mix up notes on my ukulele. I still have the poetry book we worked on together. I loved when we played fun games during morning meetings. I loved when we built the walls. We sang Christmas carols and made Christmas pine cones. My favorite memory was when we read the different Cinderella stories. You told them so well and with passion, I never got bored of the plot. You are a great teacher will be Miss Ivy. I will never forget you. Love, Ava.
Dear Miss Berube, I think of you every time I see my dragon puppet. I loved doing the plant sale. I had so much fun. Also, I loved playing the math games you made. Remember when we all went to the beach? Everyone loved that. You made second grade awesome. Thank you. I hope you can relax and have fun. Love, Colin.
In honor of Mrs. Berube retiring from the Oak Bluff School, we thought it would be fun to do a math talk like Mrs. Berube enjoyed as a math teacher last year, visiting classrooms and showing images and asking us what we notice and what we wonder. So we have a picture of Mrs. Berube, and we want to ask second graders what they notice and what they wonder.
I wonder where they are. I wonder why there's numbers on the wall.
I wonder who took the picture.
I wonder how old she is. I noticed that the numbers on the wall are counting by twos.
I wonder which bridge they're at.
I wonder why they have the boats.
16 plus 14 equals 30. I notice that the kayaks are red and yellow. I notice she's with a friend. I noticed that they're at the drawbridge. I wonder why there is a needle stick. I wonder why they went there.
So second graders are wondering a lot about this kayaking picture, and we're hoping Mrs. Berube spends a lot of time in her retirement getting on her kayak.
I noticed that Miss Berube is by the sea. I noticed that she's wearing an American flag with numbers on it.
I noticed that he has a Boston hat and she doesn't.
I noticed he has a water bottle and she has a mask. I noticed that their shirts say the same thing. I wonder where Miss Berube is.
I wonder why they're near a cliff.
I wonder why they have the same shirts. I wonder if Miss Berube is in a race. I wonder if that is Mrs. Berube's husband or grandpa. I wonder if Mrs. Berube is on the Boston Red Sox.
I wonder if Miss Berube is retiring to play baseball.
hobby, I would say that my suggestion for you for a hobby would be an occasional cruise director. You could be like a visiting cruise director, and you and Dave could go on board, and Dave could do some like religious services, spiritual services, and you could be the entertainment. I think you'd be great at organizing games and doing fun things with everybody, and maybe doing a surfing wave machine. That's what I would wish for you. Love, Doreen.
This is a quote from one of your favorite books, The Trumpet of the Swan. In the book, it says, "Safety is all well and good. I prefer freedom." So, Ellen, I hope you enjoy your freedom in retirement.
My advice for retirement is play outside. My advice is play lots of games. My retirement advice is to be a doctor. Is to go to the library a lot. My retirement advice is that you should spend time with your family. My retirement advice is take lots of naps with your dog. My retirement advice is go to Disney World. My advice is go to the pool.
My retirement advice is explore the jungle.
My advice is you go out to a restaurant to have lunch or dinner with your family. You could sleep in now that you are retired. You could read a book now that you are retired. You could go to the beach now that you are retired. You could sleep in now that you are retired. You could go to the beach now that you are retired. Could play a game now you are retired. You could sleep now that you are retired. You could go to the beach now you're retired. You could walk with your dog now you are retired. You could ride a boat now that you are retired. Hi, Mrs. Berube. We heard you were retiring, and we have a couple places you could visit when you retire. I thought you could visit Ohio because it is very fun, and there are cabins that are right next to a lake. And in town or the city, there are stores that are really, really fun. I think you should go to Legoland because you can go down a water slide, and music, and when you go past some walls, you're going to get sprayed by something, and you're going to end up in the pool. I think you should go to North Carolina because it's very relaxing and tropically. There is a place called Ballhead Island. It has an old lighthouse that you could visit, and they talk about pirates there, and you can learn all about North Carolina. I think you should visit Spain because there's a lot of things in Spain you might do, and you could learn some Spanish there. I think you should go to Cancun because it's really relaxing and it's huge, so you can go to different places there because it's like in Mexico, so it's pretty big. I think you should go to New Zealand because the nature is beautiful. I think you should go to the bowling alley because it's fun, and you can have a ball and you can hit the target. I think that you should go to the Science Museum. There are lots of creatures, and dinosaurs. They're like machines that if you put two pennies in a quarter, then you get a penny that has a dinosaur on it.
I think you should go to Hawaii because there is because there's beaches and it's really relaxing and you can drink from coconuts.
I think you should go to Disney because there's a lot of fun things there you can do. Congratulations, Mrs. Berube. Bye.
Hello, everyone. We have a tradition at the Oak Bluff School of adding a book to our library collection in honor of our retiring teachers. The book we have chosen to honor Mrs. Berube is Some Writer, The Story of E.B. White by Melissa Sweet. E.B. White is the author of The Trumpet of the Swan and Stuart Little, and one of Mrs. Berube's favorite read-alouds, Charlotte's Web. Some Writer is a biography. It's filled with photographs of the author, his manuscripts, and his letters, and his sketches. And it tells not only the story of his life, but also the story of his stories. One of my favorite chapters tells about how long it took E.B. White to write Charlotte's Web and how much he struggled to find just the right words to start his story. Here's a bit about that. When he finished the story in 1951, he wrote to his editor that a draft was complete, but he wasn't quite satisfied with it. So he had to set it aside to let it ripen. Months later, though the tale still featured the barn and its animals, Andy had added 5 more chapters to give Fern more importance in the story. And he kept struggling with the first line. He began, Charlotte was a gray spider who lived in the doorway of a barn. And then he tried, I shall speak of Wilbur first. And then, a barn can have a horse in it, and a barn can have a cow in it, and a barn can have hens scratching in the chaff and swallows flying in and out the door. But if a barn hasn't got a pig in it, it is hardly worth talking about. He set aside the story for another year. And then he tried. At midnight, John Arable pulled his boots on, lit a lantern, and walked out to the hog house. Last, White cut to the action and tried, Where's Papa going with that hand axe? And then he shortened it to, Where's Papa going with that axe? And the rest, as we say, is history. Mrs. Berube, I know the students of the Oak Bluffs School will treasure this story, Charlotte's Web, and the many, many more you have shared with them through the years. And I hope that you find a rope swing, just like E.B. White, to enjoy in your years ahead.